welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, the Bard quest for Heavensward. The first episode of those two episodes for Heavensward was broken for me, so I re-recorded. However, my Bard here is currently level 80, so any mobs we have outside of instanced areas will fall pretty quickly. My dear Serenia, precisely the woman I wish to see. He will know that I have been training the members of the God's Quiver. Well, the experience has proven most insightful. By taking a keen interest in the development of the younger generation, I feel that my songs have gained in power. And yours could too, my friend. If you have a mind to rise to new heights in our art, I invite you to come to Quiver's Hold. There's an individual to whom I would introduce you. That means returning back to Redania. To the Archers Guild. He's happy to see me. Allow me to introduce you to Sanson, a captain of the Order of the Twin-Header. He's a skilled lancer and a fervent believer in the power of song. As a matter of fact, he now seeks to establish a new unit which incorporates bards. It is an honor to finally meet you, Serenia. Giantel often speaks of you, and highly. And as you have heard, I seek to establish a new unit. It is my belief that bards would give our force a tactical advantage. To that end, I went to the God's Quiver to request their cooperation. Alas, they were not receptive to my proposal. Many yet remained skeptical of the power of song, and would sooner spend their time bending the bow than plucking the harp. But I was not deterred. I scoured ancient tomes and reached out to the Mughals to find decisive proof of a bard's worth in battle, and I'm pleased to say that my efforts have finally yielded fruit. There exists a legendary song that is said to bring a battle to an immediate conclusion. The Ballad of Oblivion it is called. And on the condition that I find it, I shall convince the leaders of a God's Quiver that mine is a worthwhile cause. Speaking of which, the meeting is about to begin. I take my leave of you. He left without giving us a chance to bring up our own business. Actually, why don't we join Sanson in the meeting? As it pertains to bards, I doubt our presence would be taken amiss. Come. Let us go to the seat of a first bow. I mean, yeah, we are bards, but can we really just walk in there? Ah, yeah. Sylvain and Leia Aliapo. Or Lei Aliapo. Shame there wasn't anything else with those after the Archer quest finished. Giantel said you would come. You may enter. Well, I suppose Giantel is the god's bow, right? He should carry some weight. You would lend your voice to my cause? I'm in your debt. Another bard, are you? And the first bow is surprised to see me. The meeting isn't faring well, I'm afraid. The God's Quiver are disinclined to cooperate. Once you bear witness to the ballad's power, you will change your mind, I'm certain of it. I must allow such a decisive way to end a battle does pique my interest. My investigation has revealed that the song originates from the western reaches of Corfus. It's my intent to journey away and find it. As a matter of fact, I've already submitted papers to the God's Quiver requesting a bard to accompany me on this expedition. Rest assured we have handpicked one for you. Not that there were many to choose from, mind you. Giantel has scarcely commenced his lessons after all. Now, with times as they are, every man of us is precious. Therefore, before we commit one of ours to your cause, I would testify your fitness to undertake this expedition. What would you have me do? Demonstrate your martial prowess, simple as that. Enraged treants have been plaguing travelers in the Twelfthwood. I would have you and your companion-to-be deal with them. Lest you worry, we've assigned you someone capable. I shall have him join you presently at Amarix's spire, near to where said treants lurk. Good fortune to you, Captain. With that, we are come to your part in this Serenia. It is my desire that you accompany Sanson on his expedition. I request this of you because I know no finer bard. Furthermore, I believe that you will gain something from this experience. But first, there is a matter of a trial. I find myself dubious as to whether the Godscriver actually mean to lend Sanson a bard. Pray aid him in dispatching the treants, Serenia. The creatures are fearsome foes. I would be heartened for your assistance. I shall go on ahead to Amarix's spire. Pray join me there at your earliest convenience. I was caught unawares. Be careful. Yeah. As I said, level 80. If you're actually level 50, this would be a bit harder. The famous Serenia Shadow Star, I take it. You're not half bad, sister. Not half bad? Serenia's a prodigy, if you know. That's why I gave her the charm couple. Guidalor, what's the meaning of his interference? We were in the midst of a trial, for God's sake. Don't have a fit, old one. It isn't good for your heart. Besides, I wouldn't call it interference, seeing as I'm part of this merry band. It's true, Kupo. I was present when you received his orders, and was also present when he said, "What a bloody bother. I hope they botch the trial." Ah, well, I did say those words. I'd not deny it. But seeing Serenia in action has changed my mind. I'm Guidalor of the Gold Bulls. I don't care for fame or fortune, and I couldn't give two farts about this dirge of death-like doomness you're after. I do, however, have an interest in song. I can't pass over the chance to travel with an exceptional bard like yourself, and I promise you won't be poorer for my fine company. Well, things have certainly taken an interesting turn. Know that Guidalor is among my most promising students. I can vouch for his ability. Ability, aye, but not else. I know about you, Guidalor the Spent. Your reputation as a troublemaker precedes you. You treat authority with contempt, shirk duties at every turn, and make a general nuisance of yourself. That they send the likes of you means they want me to fail. My hopes for finding the Ode of Oblivion, all up in smoke. Say it straight to my face, will you? Giantel, we really have to travel with this pompous prat? Serenia and I alone will be just fine. We don't need anyone else. Without me, you say? Who do you think is the driving force behind the expedition? I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Serenia, I must return to Quivershold with word of the trial's success. Please, join me there. Yeah. This will be an interesting journey, won't it? Okay. Gaidalo may have his failings, but he is not a bad fellow. Truth be told, I intended to introduce him to you as well. To that end, I asked Puknopoki to seek him out, only to have him appear as our quiverman. Fate works in strange ways, does it not? A pity he and Sanson do not see eye to eye. Their personalities are simply too far apart, and the gulf will not be easily bridged. Though it will be a burden upon you in watching over these two disparate souls, doubt not, but you will grow as a bard. But come, let us hurry back to Redania. 'Tis too early still to leave those two unchaperoned. You returned, well. They may have gotten off on the wrong foot, but these two have proven their readiness for the expedition. That Sanson hasn't shut up since he got here. Seriously, sister, we'd be well rid of him. We have done a spade and culled the enraged treants. I trust you have no objections to the expedition? None whatsoever. Nor do I have any doubt that Gaidalo shall be of great help to you. I shall look forward to good tidings in the days to come. Of great help indeed. At any rate, 'tis now official. We may proceed with the expedition. Let us depart for the Holy See at once. And remember, we have a golden chance to raise the standing of bards within our nation. Let us succeed in our mission and find the Ballad of Oblivion. And he's stiffer and he's like to snap in half. It'll be a grueling journey, but so long as you work together, you're bound to succeed, Kubo. So it is to Ishgard then. Safe travels, my friend. I shall await your return, all the while looking forward to hearing such songs as are born of your experience. And to Ishgard, not Modona. Kurthus. Ishgard is in Kurthus. First, I shall make inquiries here in Ishgard. As for you, Serenia, pray rest and recover your strength. We will likely have need of it on the road. God damn it, man. Here we are in a new place, one that hasn't been open to visitors for over a decade, and you got your nose buried in a bloody book. Take a moment to get a feel for the city, I say, and to that end I'm off to a tavern to get a feel for the locals. The young and female sort. Next quest will be available upon reaching level 52. Okay, we waited enough. That Gaidalo is worse than useless. Instead of helping with our inquiries, he spends all his time drinking and wenching, and now his indiscretion is about to get him and us into trouble. The gods see fit to bless him with a gift for song, but what does he do but use it to satisfy his base urges? Pray forgive me my outburst. 'Tis towards Gaidalo and not you that I should be giving vent to my annoyance. Allow me to explain the situation. Apparently a maiden told Gaidalo that her sweetheart is fairer of voice than he. That was enough to throw him into a fit of jealousy, and he rushed out of the city, seeking to settle matters with his sweetheart, who happens to be a knight. I'm sure you can appreciate how swiftly this could descend into disaster. We must stop Gaidalo before he does something stupid and gets us banished from Ishgard. Please come with me to Falcon's Nest and talk some sense into the fool. Ah, a bard did come through a while ago. A fellow walked with a swagger, as you say. The knight in question is currently on patrol. Upon learning this, Gaidalo continued north into the wilderness to find him. I must admit the knight and his units are late to return. It may be simply a coincidence, or it may be our witless friend has done something we live to regret. Whichever it is, we'd best go and see for certain. I shall look for Gaidalo around Gorganian Mills. Pray focus your search on twin pools to the north and west. And because we will probably be the one to find him, right? Well, if it isn't Serenia, come to join the revelry? I shouldn't doubt. The situation is under control, but there's plenty more fiends to go around. Why don't you try checking beyond the rock to the north? It was a close call. We wouldn't have fared nearly as well had your friend not arrived. Your sense of timing's superb, sister. Late enough to be stylish, but not too late to be useless. Serenia, what has happened? Gaidalo added some knights here. Gaidalo did what? Why would he do such a dangerous thing? Sir Alamanen, I presume. I got something here for you. A name day present from your sweetheart. From Abby? There's a message attached to it. 'Tis well and good to do your duty, but you mustn't forget who you're fighting for. After all, you're about to have an extra mouth to feed. My Abby is with child? Oh, how alone to be praised. I'm to be a father. From this moment on, I must live not only for duty, but for my family. Rushing out of the city, joining the battle against fiends, it was all for the sake of delivering the present and the message? Aye, something like that. At the tavern I heard tell of a knight who's versed in traditional songs. I went to sweetheart to ask about him, but the poor lass was damn near inconsolable. The way she was pining for her dearest Alamanane, what was I to do but go and find the bloke? Not only did you bring me the gladdest tiding of my life, in coming to our aid you most certainly saved it besides. I can never repay this debt, but it shall not be for want of effort. Whatever it is you wish to know, I should be glad to assist you. We are searching for a legendary song, said to hold the power to bring battles to an end. The Ode of Oblivion it is called. Are you perchance familiar with it? I have heard rumors of a woman who sends souls into the heavens with a song. Perhaps this is the song you seek? I shall look into it and send word should I learn something. Gaidalo, just because this ended well doesn't mean you're excused. You can't simply do whatever you please. Whatever I please, I was adapting to the situation that happens to be sought after in a bard. An opportunity presented itself, and I'm I grabbed it with both hands. Insufferable man. Brazen World Wars, his action did save lives, and so I shall overlook his lapse in judgment this once. Let us return to Falcon's Nest. What was the lapse in judgment? That he didn't inform Sanson, or what? I mean, as the knight said, he saved them. I think this went about as good as it could possibly be. I swear, there's another lance up his ass that keeps him propped up. Lest you forget, we are a fellowship. Members of a fellowship work together. Do we have an understanding? Fight not the flow of life's river, for you'll never arrive at the shoals. Give your body and soul to the waters. And Sanson the Stiff has no soul. Stop that, I'm trying to have a serious conversation. You know nothing, Sanson the Stiff. A bard must compose when inspiration takes him. I was trying to capture the virtue of tranquility, and you rudely interrupted me. What about you, my friend? Have recent happenings kindled a verse within your heart? You see? The Serenia too was moved to compose a lovely little ditty. Yes, that was very beautiful. But I was talking about what it means to be a fellowship. We have much work to do, and I expect you to do your part, starting with our inquiries. I'm inquiring, aren't I? As I've already proven, there's plenty to be learned from the common folk. I leave you to deal with your own kind. The stuffy highborn sort. We haven't heard from Sir Alamanen. Until such time as we do, I shall continue my own search for information. As before, pray keep up your strength for the journey ahead. The further desire to aid your comrades awakens ancient melodies within you. Wanderer's Minuet, which is quite useful because with this third ballad we have, we can actually keep one up all the time during battle. Good tidings, Serenia. We've received information from Sir Alamanen regarding the Ballad of Oblivion. You will recall the woman he mentioned, the one who sent souls into the heavens with a song. She's apparently a soldier stationed at the Convictory. Let us go there at once. Guide we are coming with us. Well, if you're not up to it, I won't press you. A song isn't something you can force out of someone. I'm sorry, but the answer is no. We have found the soldier, Selenia. Selene is her name. Alas, though she admits to singing the song, she refuses to teach it to us. Gaidlong is doing his best to coax it out of her. For once, his way with women may serve an honorable cause. You won't sing it for us, I don't have a problem with that. But could you at least tell us why? It would help to ease our disappointment. I'm no bard, just a simple soldier. And it isn't a song I would willfully sing. The lady has spoken. Seems to me there's nothing else we can do. You would give up? Just like that? We have a duty to accomplish. Begging your pardon, but your comrade gave me to understand that an operation is due to be conducted presently. Aye, dragon numbers are on the rise, and we go to cull them. If you're not averse, we would lend you our aid. The operation would be better for the extra hands, and should you have occasion to employ the song in battle, we would be able to hear it. Very well. You may join us, but on one condition. You're to provide our forces with support only. Alright, we have work to do. The operation will take place at twin pools to the north and west. Let us present ourselves to the commander and offer him our aid. And he throws a hissy fit when I do something spontaneous. Well, let's make ourselves useful, the only way a bard can. Support only. This is rather sudden, I know full well, but it's for the sake of our mission. Rest assured I don't plan on charging into the fray. No sir, I'm content to stand back and stum out a song or three. You will join us in the cull. The Holy See thanks you. Seeing as you are skilled in the bow, you may help us by thinning out the beasts. I shall mark a spot on your map. Pray focus your efforts upon this area. I shall remain close by in case you have occasion to employ the song. Do as you will. Just see that you do not overreach yourself. Go to our assigned positions, do what we always do. Seems straightforward enough. Okay, the Wondrous Minuet, like other songs, gets effects from dots, from the dot ticks, and you get these arrow markers here. And with that you can use pitch perfect. The more arrow markers you have, the stronger pitch perfect gets. As you can see, if you do it with one, you only have a strength of 100. 250 when you have 2 stacks, and 450 with 3. The cult's finally over. I had no idea dragons were so bloody tough, and those were the lesser ones. Again, so many lives lost. Not once did Selene perform the song, and though the operation itself was a success, her people suffered heavy losses. Farewell, my friends. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. Rest now, O valiant souls. Lay down your weary heads. Go unto the bosom of a fury, in whose exalted name you bled. A requiem? The song to send souls into the heavens. This is what it was. I was trying to make you a sing a song of mourning? God strike me down for a callous fool. For once, Sanson is right. Let us show our respect to Celen's fallen comrades. You need not feel bad. The fault is mine for not offering a proper explanation. Men fall far too often in this war we wage. Wishing to spare myself the pain of loss, I've kept my comrades at a distance. Yet I always find myself racked with regret that I didn't reach out to them before they were taken. Aye, far better to taste pain than to live with regret. There's no need to deprive yourself of the joy of friendship. I won't. Not anymore. I shall learn to savor the time I have with my comrades. As should you. The two of you bicker like an old couple, but life's too short to waste squabbling with your own. So cast aside your differences and have joy of each other's company while you still can. As for the requiem I sang, it was taught to me by a scholar of Ishgardian history. If there's a man alive who knows the song you seek, it will be he. Silviel is his name, and you will find him at Tailfeather. I suggest you pay him a visit. I take my leave of you. Let us go to Tailfeather, as Celen recommends. The Silviel may know the song, and failing that, he may at least be able to direct us to it. It's a fervent desire to aid our comrades that bestows our songs with power. It makes me wonder, what sort of desire is needed for a song that destroys all? That is an excellent question. I'm playing around with chords to accompany Celen's melody. It appears Silviel is presently afield on one of his surveys. We must await his return. Tell me, Serenia, what thoughts have you on Celen's inner struggles? That's some deep stuff, sister. Truly insightful. A pity that's all lost on Sanson. The bastard got eyes for naught but his bloody tome. Our mission takes us into ever more perilous territory. Pray see to it you are fully prepared for the trials ahead. The fervent desire to aid your comrades awakens an ancient melody, Imperial Arrow, which is simple and additional attack. Also later Imperial Arrow forces your bard songs to trigger their repertoire effect, whatever it may be. But that is a bit later down the line. Yeah, 68 is the time. Yeah. As I said, that is far later. Anyway, I end this episode here, and for the next part quest, we probably return to the old ones that were recorded back then. Yeah, until next time then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.